Affiliates, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Crystal and I'm the founder of the brand KAPHILL. And on this channel, we talk about fashion, family, and fun, and also how I'm building KAPHILL into $1 billion business. This week, I want to talk about setting your price and living your life. But first, let me back up. So I have not been on here since February, guys. The end of January, excuse me. And I'm sorry, I had a very busy month in February with Fashion Week, going to Turkey for a sourcing trip, school trips, parent day at school. Like, I feel like I've been running a million miles, and I needed a moment to kind of just decompress and chill. I don't think I've really done that, but I'm here, and your girl got a new Bobbiana. And it's full, it's luscious, it's great, and I love it. Anyway, so I've been thinking a lot lately about KAPHILL, how I want to position the brand, and thinking about the business, the price points, the quality, all the things, right? And I feel like I keep on going back and forth in my mind of like where I want the brand to be priced at. I've always known what kind of brand I wanted to build, and I think when I got into the game, I started building it. And then I started listening to everyone else's like chatter and their opinions on what my brand should be. And I realized that I do that a lot in my life. I compare and I listen to advice, unsolicited advice sometimes, and I take it as something I should action on versus just being very grounded in what I want. And I know most people will say, girl, no, you gotta stop that. Trust me, I know, but I'm also very human, like everyone else. And I'm trying to figure out how to stay true to my mission, stay true to what God wants me to do, and also take the advice that makes sense for me. I also realize that a lot of times I put people on a pedestal and I make them higher than their purpose and higher than sometimes, I don't want to say it, I just make them a really important figure in my life or in my business, and I take their advice as like Bible. And I think God has just continuously shown me, do not make an idol out of anybody, not your business, not your mentors, not anyone, because everything goes to Him. And I'm realizing that so much. I listened to a podcast the other day that Colleen actually sent me, and y'all know Colleen by now, my trusty former intern, now just like girl that's been helping me out, and my, building a new friendship with her. And she sent me a podcast. I'll link it below. I forget the name of it, but they were talking about discernment and listening to God's voice and not making idols out of things. So like one of the girls on the podcast was a speaker, and she said that she started making her speaking the idol, like saying like, oh, if it wasn't for my speaking, then this wouldn't be happening. And it really isn't the speaking, it's about God, right? And I think that's the same thing with me. While I'm not making my business like the idol, I think I've made mentors in my life. Like, oh, if this person does this for me or buys into me, then I know that I am X. And I think God has just been like slowly reeling that in with not even just business, but my friendships, relationships with people in general. And I love that for me, right? I feel like I'm a person who has always been very connected to God, even when I may not have wanted to be at some point in my life. I don't think I've ever not wanted to be, but I never wanted to be so heavy. And now I think I'm just finally accepting that, right? I'm accepting the fact that I have a call on my life and I have to follow in God's footsteps. And it may look different than I thought it was going to look. And it may feel different. And the people who I think are God's missionaries may not be for me. And that's okay, right? So when I think about like my price point, I feel like everyone has told me different things like, oh, well, no one's going to buy it like this. No one's going to buy it. And I'm just like, you know what? God doesn't bring confusion, right? And I feel so confused and conflicted because I know what I want to do in my spirit. Like I know what brand I want to build, and I'm trying to be a savvy businesswoman and listen to the things. And I just think like it's time to really block out the noise. This morning I was texting my boyfriend because I saw a dress that I absolutely loved. It was from Harbison. And I love that brand. I love Charles. Like he's helped me in small ways, but they have been so big for me. And he's never made it seem like he knows everything, but he's just giving me advice. And he has a cute little dress on. It's not even a little, a cute dress on Moda Operandi. It's a mini, and it's $3,400. And the fabric is 100% polyester, And most of my things are silk. And I'm like, I said to my boyfriend, like, yo, look at this dress. I am racking my brain because I'm charging, what, $1,200 for a silk dress? And this dress is $3,000. And why am I not just doubling down on my price? And he's like, set your price and live your life. And I was like, period. I love that for me. And I love that you said it, babe, because he's been in the trenches with me, like really going back and forth and trying to figure it out. And I would buy that dress from Harbison for $3,400. I love it that much. I don't care. I'm an emotional shopper when it comes to things I love. I will spend the money, right? And I know that I'm building a brand for people who are like that and who see the value in things and who knows that like that dress is a work of art. I can pass that down to my daughter. I can like, that is something that I would wear time and time again. It may not be something I'll wear multiple times in 1 year, but I'll pull it out for special occasions. And it's okay to spend money on things that you love. But I also think about that in terms of my worth in life in general. Like, set my price and live my life. Double down on anything that I want. If this is the life that I want to live, set it. Set that price and stand on it. Stop swaying with the wind and swaying with the waves of the sea. Be as steady as I don't even know what analogy to use, but y'all know what I'm saying. And I realized that like for me, this journey has been long, and it's been hard. Like I feel like I'm going to get so much gratification out of when I get to a place where I'm like, oh, I finally see where I'm going. And I know it'll only be God. It won't be anybody else. It won't be that I work so hard. God has opened doors for me that nothing or no one can say that it wasn't him. Like, I can't even say it. Like, the things that have been moving in my life when it comes to this business and the things that have literally been shut and stand still is only God. Like, there's nothing that I have tried to do that he didn't want me to do that has succeeded. Nothing. And I want to continue to double down on that. Like, I listened to that podcast and they made a reference to like crystals, and I'm not knocking what anyone else believes, but I've always felt conflicted about that also. Like, I had one of my friends tell me to, she didn't tell me to, but she suggested a place that she goes to get her crystals. And I went there one time, I think in 2020, I went there, picked some things up, and they've been in my house. I don't really do much with them. I don't like charge them under the full moon or whatever floats your boat. I don't do none of that. I had them in here. But I also feel like if I know that God got me, I don't need anything that man's telling me to do. Like, I don't need something, the universe and this and that. Like, I pray, I give my intention to God, and I let him give me back what he thinks I need and what he knows that I deserve. So I got rid of all that shit. Threw out them crystals. I had a thing of sage, but it was like kind of raggedy. So I got rid of that. And I just feel like I'm at a space where I'm very much at peace. When I bought all those things, I was not at peace. I was not at peace at all. And it did not bring me peace, period. And then I just kind of like forgot about them in a way and like, moved on, whatever. And I feel at peace even though I'm in the midst of my business storm or building blocks. I wouldn't even say I'm in a storm. It's like building blocks of it. And I cry weekly. I break down weekly. And I'm like, God, what am I doing? I'm going to quit. And then she comes back. What is going on with this hair? But yeah, I'm in a season of my life where like, I don't need anyone telling me to do X, Y, or Z. Because G-O-D got me. Y'all like that, right? I know I like it too. So yeah, I'm setting my price. I'm living my life. I'm doing me. What else is going on? I realize how much of a like low-key perfectionist I am. So the other night, I haven't been playing tennis a lot lately because I've been busy and I missed 2 weeks. I had got sick when I got back from Turkey after Fashion Week. I had a whole bunch of shit. I had pink eye. I had a bunch of shit going on, so I had to like kind of take a moment. So on this past Thursday, I went to do a makeup class at 7:30, and I didn't play as good as I'd like. And I came home and I was so upset. So if y'all read my March newsletter, please excuse me. I mean, the tone is great. It's good, but it's very strong because I was feeling like I was playing it, but I wasn't playing the way that I know I want to play. And in the moment, I didn't think about giving myself grace. I was just like, yo, what's happening? Like, You got this. Why are you playing so ordinary when you know you are extraordinary? Those were the exact words I said to myself. And one thing I do know about me is I'm extraordinary. God has made me to be extraordinary. Okay? And I have moments where I feel like I'm not living up to that. And I get really hard on myself. I don't give myself the grace that I need to say, you know what? Everyone has a moment. And the reason why you're playing so ordinary is because you don't practice. You think you're going to come back after 2 weeks and you're not a pro yet, one, and be out here slaying it? No. So I say all that to say, like, in order to be extraordinary, you have to put in the work. And when it comes to KAPHILL, I've been working. Now when it comes to my personal life, I'm starting to put in the work. I'm getting more opportunities, and I'm realizing how you have to be a good steward over small things in order to gain the big things. So the other day I've been helping my aunt with some HR consulting, and she had asked me to do a project for her that I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. Like, and then something in my spirit was like, you asked me for a means to fund your business, and I'm giving you a project. It may not be what you thought it was going to be, but it's something. And you have to be a good steward over small things for you to gain big things. And I feel it in my spirit, and I felt it. And I was like, you know what, Crystal? You out here complaining about all these things because, yeah, you've come from this place, and now you feel like you're in this place. And that's okay. Like, there's going to be a time where I get back to a place where I know I should be, but my spirit and my energy around it will be so humble. And that's what I always want. I want to stay grateful and in gratitude with the things that God has placed in my life. Because in the past, I thought they were all me. And now I know nothing is me, right? But I was tight. I was like, I don't want to do that. Not tight, but I was just like, yeah, no, I got this going on, got that going on. Like, I don't really want to do that. I'm going to do this. But I'm like, you know what, Crystal? No. Because one, this person is trusting you with something that they don't have to. Two, it shows that you can be relied on in that way. And two, God is giving you, he's offering you a stepping stone. Like, don't push it aside because it's not what you think it's supposed to be. So yeah, there's that. So Fashion Week was a whirlwind, and I think because I was so tired, like I was exhausted, that a lot of things that I would be like, oh my God, I was just kind of like, okay, cool. Like last Fashion Week when I did the Black and Fashion Council in September, I was so just excited to be in the room. Like I was so like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here. Oh, thank you so much. You like my stuff? Mine? Oh my God. And now I'm in a place where like, I'm still excited and happy to be in a room, but I don't feel like I'm beneath the room. I'm supposed to be there. And I realized that everybody wants to feel like a celebrity in some way. And meeting people and seeing people in the showrooms and coming through, and it's like, everybody wants to be somebody, and I get it. Like, I get it. I feel like I'm in a space now where I don't even care to be known as somebody. I just want to have my business work and thrive and fulfill the things that I know I'm supposed to fulfill. And I don't necessarily need the spotlight. Don't get me wrong. We all need spotlight in order to grow, you know, a vanity business. Like, fashion's a vanity business. Let's just keep it real. But I'm not thriving off of that. My spirit doesn't need it. Whereas last year on my vision board, it said, inner circle welcomes you in. And now I ain't got none of that on my vision board. Because I realize what that brings. That brings a lot of negativity. It brings a lot of inauthentic relationships. It brings a lot of people who just want to take from you versus actively give to you. It's not an even exchange. And I don't have time for that. But I'm excited that flip it and reverse it. I'm excited that the new collection is up on the site. And I just did like my product shot. So stay tuned and you'll see me on the site. Oh, another thing. God been on my heart. Like, God's been on my heart heavy these days. Yeah, I'm about to be the face of KAPHILL. I never wanted to be because I'm like, fashion brands don't have their owner as the face. But I am KAPHILL. KAPHILL is Crystal Annette Phillips. Who was that? It's me. And I realize I get so much more engagement when people see me in the brand versus having a model. And mind you, the models are beautiful. And I've always felt like I'm not a model. Like, I can't pose. I can't what I'm supposed to do with my face, like, but now I'm stepping into it. Like, one, it cuts costs. Two, like, I'm low-key, things look great on me. Like, I know how to flatter a woman's body. I really do. And I'm not saying that arrogantly. I'm saying that, like, I have just realized that within myself and my own design talent, because for years I just was like, oh yeah, it's cool. But now I'm like, wow, I see it. I see what God was doing for 10 years, like cultivating my skills. And I'm just in the beginning of it. Like, he's really refining my craft. But also I feel like when I put on the clothes, I feel happy. I feel the joy, and that's really what I want KAPHILL to be. I want it to be a joyful brand. I want you to feel sexy. I want you to feel bomb. I want you to feel happy. I want you to feel all the things. And I'm realizing the KAPHILL woman is not just one thing. She's quirky. She has this like appeal to her that is unexplainable. It's not a sex kitten kind of sexy. It's not a I'm a big bad boss kind of boss. It's not a I'm a super silly goofy girl. It's just I'm me. You know, like, I'm that girl that's just me. And whoever that person is, whoever that KAPHILL woman is, like, she is just her. And there's this unexplainable attraction. And she's stylish, and she's polished, and she's fun, and she doesn't take herself too seriously, but she can. She's all the things, and I really see her coming to life, and I see that within myself. I think I'm in my personal life, I'm in a very interesting spot in terms of my style. Like, I think I haven't shopped outside of like making KAPHILL clothing for the past 4 years, maybe. I've bought like one thing here or there. Like, I am out of my Zara phase. Like, I want quality things, which I've always been that person. And I don't mind spending on it. But I feel like my wardrobe is so like who Crystal was in 2019 versus who I am in 2024. And the only things that feel like me are KAPHILL. And let's be real, like, every designer, we all love designing our things, but I don't want to wear myself every single day. I don't. I love it. I love it. But I want to put on a different vibe. I want to feel the same feeling or a different feeling in someone else's designs. I would love that. But I realized that I'm like really defining who she is and who I am. And I am not in the space to be around things or people that make me question who I am. And that's like price point, me as a person, the things I want out of my life. And I find it really hard when I feel like someone is not living up to their potential or, like, you know, the things that they deserve. I'm finding it hard to just kind of stay in that space. And granted, like, who am I to say what they deserve? I don't know. But I'm working through some things in my mind about just like where I am in my life and trying not to compare. And I think it's hard. Everyone says, oh, comparison is a death of joy, and they are so right. And getting out of the hype of just social media and what's happening, I feel like I am trying to get more grounded. And I am. Like, I'm at peace with a lot of things. And I'm ready for life to surprise me in the best way. What else? I haven't done the get ready with me in a little while. Oh, I got one that I did in Turkey. It's a little ratchet, but it's cute. I may post it. What you think? I should post it? I'm gonna post it. What else? I don't think I have anything else for you guys. Oh, to talk about. It's March. It's International Women's History Month. Did I say that right? It's Women's History Month, right? And this month, I am hosting my very first KAPHILL dinner. And I'm so excited to celebrate all the women that have poured into KAPHILL for the past 4 years with little to nothing given back to them. So I'm looking for sponsors for gift bags, for location, whatever it is. If you want to contribute, you know, a brand that you think would be great to partner with, let me know. But the dinner will be on March 30th, and it's gonna be a vibe. Like, KAPHILL, what we do, we like to look cute, but we like to get down. I like to eat. I like to dance. I like to have fun. I like to be around people who are vibesy, if you know what that means. Like, I want a little vibe. And my baby's turning 6. Avery's gonna be 6, and KAPHILL's gonna be 5. Could you imagine? Oh my god! Yeah, that's it. Look on the site, check out the new product, but Set your price, live your life. Double down on what you know you deserve and what you are worth. Don't question it. Don't ask no questions. If you feel it in your spirit, it's what God wants you to have. Believe it, know it, live it. Don't negotiate it. Don't discuss it. It is what it is. And this is my Bronx. You feel me? I'm not a fighter, guys. I don't even know why I'm doing that. But, okay, bye.